People don't test you because they're evil. They test you because they're human. Every social interaction contains one silent question. How far can I go with you? And most people answer that question without realizing it. Not with words, but with reactions. The moment you enter a room, meet a new group, start a job, or build a relationship, tests begin immediately. Small ones, subtle ones. A joke at your expense, a boundary crossed by accident, a request that shouldn't be asked, a comment that slightly disrespects you. None of these are random. They are probes. Humans are wired to explore limits. Children do it instinctively. They push rules to see what happens. Adults do the same thing, just in more socially acceptable ways. And here's the uncomfortable truth. People don't respect what doesn't resist. If there is no resistance, they assume weakness. If there is no consequence, they push further. This is not cruelty. It's behavioral conditioning. Every time someone crosses your boundary and nothing happens, you train them to do it again. Strong people are not respected because they intimidate. They are respected because they respond correctly when tested. Most people fail tests without noticing. They laugh it off. They explain too much. They apologize when they shouldn't. They stay silent out of fear, not control. And that silence feels different. The other person senses it immediately. When silence comes from fear, it invites pressure. When silence comes from confidence, it shuts pressure down. That difference decides everything. Tests escalate only when they succeed. A joke becomes sarcasm. A small demand becomes entitlement. A minor disrespect becomes routine. And then people wonder why they're always taken for granted. It didn't start big, it started small, and it grew because there was no correction. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think passing a test means winning an argument, standing their ground loudly, being aggressive, confrontational. That's not power, that's emotional leakage. Real power is passing the test without drama, without escalation, without explanation. Tests are not challenges to fight. They are invitations to show self-respect. The strongest response to most tests is not anger. It's calm clarity, a short response, a neutral tone, a pause, a look, something that says, I noticed that, and it won't go further. Behavioral psychology shows that humans quickly adjust behavior when feedback is immediate and consistent, not emotional, not delayed, immediate and calm. If someone interrupts you and you let it slide, the brain records permission. If someone interrupts you and you pause, hold eye contact, and continue speaking without acknowledging them, the brain records resistance. No argument needed. If someone jokes at your expense and you laugh nervously, the brain records submission. If you don't laugh, don't react, and calmly change the topic, the brain records a boundary. Tests are not about what you say. They're about what you tolerate. And tolerance sets status. High-status individuals are not flawless. They are simply predictable in one thing. They do not tolerate disrespect. Not loudly, not aggressively, but consistently. That consistency creates safety and respect at the same time. People know where the line is, and they stop pushing. Weakness is not kindness. Weakness is inconsistency. One day you say no, the next day you fold. One moment you act confident, the next moment you over-explain. That inconsistency invites testing because the brain sees uncertainty, and humans always press on uncertainty. Passing tests without fighting requires emotional regulation. You must be able to feel the pressure and not react impulsively, not explain, not defend, just respond minimally and clearly. Sometimes it's one sentence, sometimes it's silence, sometimes it's disengagement, walking away. But it is always deliberate. The goal is not to punish the other person. The goal is to protect your position. Once people realize that pressure doesn't move you, tests stop. Because there is no reward. People conserve energy. They don't push where nothing changes. This is why calm individuals often seem respected without doing much. They are not respected because they are loud. They are respected because they pass tests early, quietly, repeatedly, and without emotional leakage. Here's the paradox. The more you fear being tested, the more tests you attract, because fear leaks through tone, posture, timing. The calmer you become about holding boundaries, the fewer tests appear. People sense it before they try. This is not manipulation, it is self-regulation. And self-regulation creates authority. You don't need to dominate people. You just need to be unmovable in small moments. That's where power is built, not in big confrontations, but in small corrections done early. So stop asking why people always push you. Start watching how you respond when they do. Every interaction teaches people how to treat you. Make sure you're teaching the right lesson. Stay sharp.